Just gonna get it out there. If you have thin skin, this episode may not be for you. Caution, because I'm gonna dive in a little bit today.
What do you think, Paul?
Called in the past, and I remember you're so stuck on this whole week to week, we gotta win, I wanna win.
Yeah.
And so now we're in a situation where we might get a boatload of picks and still be able to draft the guy we want anyway. Now that you're out of that mindset of that whole week to week mentality, and you can kind of take a step back and breathe, and you're looking at it, what would you have rather had?
Justin Fields is not the future. Like, he's gone probably by year 2.
Crazy.
Paulie hates me for it. I think
No.
he's gone year 2. I think he's gone after that.
Yeah, no, I do hate you for it.
Crazy. I think he's gone next year.
I think they'll take him through 5, and I think they'll bail. They're gonna bail.
I think by that time, like, we're either
I think ideally
we have to be good enough then that we won't be in position to draft a quarterback. So I feel like,
and this is where the
Paul wants out.
You
We'll
have
have to
2
do it.
first round picks, and one of them is probably going to be a top 5 this year.
And I hope so.
When else are you going to do this though? You're going to take Drake May or Caleb Williams. Not
The potential that we have now to trade and get all these picks, or would you have rather, I don't know, beat the Packers and gotten a pointless win and been stuck at, I don't know, pick 3, pick 4?
It wasn't just one game. I think if they could have won 4 more games, which they were close in doing
Why?
so, I think that would have been more beneficial. That's just my preference. So taking a step back and having a deep breath and entering the offseason, I still stand by the idea that you can learn something from winning. I would have preferred to see my quarterback win some games at the end in the contest that they were close last season.
Winning did Trubisky a lot of good, right? That 12-4 season really taught him how to keep on winning after that, huh?
No, but Paul, it's not
that's
Paul
not it.
because of
So
Trubisky.
what it
They won
is
because of
it's
a
the team.
defense.
It's the team and it's the talent,
No,
exactly.
but-
And this isn't just draft talk.
Paul.
This is talk for the future,
Paul,
guys.
no.
We're amping the team
Paul.
up.
Every week away from watching Justin Fields playing football, I think helps me be content with the idea of it. And I think a lot of us who are Justin Fields fans are Justin Fields fans. I'm going to say, we're like, he's definitely gone. There's a world where he definitely stays and stuff. I'm okay coming to terms with every outcome possible. The love for watching Justin Fields play football and watching him every Sunday gets to be intoxicating. And I think the more weeks we don't watch him, the more clear it is for us.
Recently got a comment that said, here's another imposter Bears channel that's truly just irregular. Yeah, we're 600 videos in, and this has been our plan the whole time. From the very first moment that we started, one of the things that's been talked about between us is that what matters most is our opinion. And we appreciate all of our subscribers, we appreciate every view we get, but that is not our number one priority. We are not the guys that are just going to take the popular narrative and run with it.
So you want to win. That's it.
How many needs did they have on defense? They had none, because that defense was one of the best. It was the best in the NFL. So I would tell you, for Chris, not speaking for Chris, but speaking for Adam Abdallah here, that if you win 4 to 5 more games, it also means you have less holes to fill on this team. Maybe your defensive line is playing better, so you don't need an entirely new defensive line. Maybe
No.
Chase Claypool. Well, it is. If you have 4 or 5 more
No,
wins.
that's a smoke screen of Dallas.
No, it means that your
There's still
team
the
is
same
better.
guys out there. These guys are what they are. Like, it's just because you would have gotten lucky, per se, and maybe pulled off a win at the end of a game or something. It doesn't change the talent and the skill that these guys have. They had thought they had no holes because they went 12-4. You know, I would say for me, this is paradise. This is exactly where I wanted the Bears to be.
Listen,
And
Paul,
I mean,
if that's what you want, if you like losing,
you knew this wasn't going to go anywhere. What's the point of sitting here having, I don't know, 6 wins right now? Like, that just seems dumb to me.
okay, then it's done.
In terms of positional value, and we had this conversation with Jacob Fonte about positional value. I love that conversation, like the positional need and all that good stuff. In my mind, I played it out, right? And Paul, you said this, like, you're drafting for a wide receiver 3, right? Yes, granted, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen might get hurt. Rome Odunze turns into wide receiver 2 for a good chunk of the season. That's all hypothetical, and let's say it's a perfect world, right? Let's say you play out this offseason, and you come out of this draft with Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze, and now training camp's coming up, and we're talking about, can we get Yannick Ngakoue back for a cheaper contract, right? Can we address the defensive end position and yada, yada, yada? How do we add depth to defensive tackle? This, that, and the other. And I feel like that route, while it's fun because it's offense, there's a lot of question marks. It's a rookie quarterback with a rookie wide receiver and 2 veteran wide receivers. And yeah, like, you can only spread the ball around so much. So let's say in a perfect world, you have Rome Odunze with Caleb Williams and he's playing great. Rome Odunze is getting you 700 yards maybe and like 5 to 7 touchdowns.
Can I interview you real quick?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm so far on one end of this whole thing where if Marvin Harrison Jr. falls to 9, I would be so happy because it guarantees me a trade partner.
Coaches all the way through, right? When a quarterback can dictate what they want you to do, you become more successful. And that's why I was never in the favor of the Justin Fields narrative. Like, he just needs 3 number 1 wide receivers and he's going to be a stud. Like, that's a problem.
Where was Julian Edelman drafted? What round?
7th round.
7th round, pick 11. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. That's why positional value. That's exactly it.
You're spending your 1-1 at quarterback. Ideally, the risk has already been taken. You don't need to pad that room with guys to make Caleb Williams that much better. You already gave him DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. You're talking about you're playing the hypothetical offseason game. You come out of the draft with Rome Odunze and Caleb Williams, and you're just fingers crossed that everybody's gelling, has chemistry, and now you're hoping that you can fill some positions of need on defense, right? So you're saying Rome Odunze in a perfect world with everybody healthy and Caleb Williams being a 4,000-yard passer. Rome Odunze is coming out of the season with maybe 700 yards and 5 touchdowns, and he's probably in the Rookie of the Year competition. Flip that over, and now you have Caleb Williams. Now you take Jared Verse, right? In an ideal scenario, Jared Verse on this defense, and part of this is also, I don't think defense is the most inconsistent part of football. You can have a top 5 defense one year and a 15th ranked defense the next year and nothing changed, right? So you can't rest on your laurels because the last 6-7 games of the year you were a top 5 defense. You still have to improve defense because that stuff is always changing. Somebody gets a step slower, somebody messes up their gapping position, somebody's coach that they liked and was the secret sauce just left. And so now you got Jared Verse. A good year for Jared Verse opposite a good, like, a Jervon Dexter year that's off, a Montez Sweat year. Jared Verse should end with like 9 sacks, 10 sacks, 11 sacks.
Yeah.
Right? So I'd rather have Caleb Williams, 11 sacks from Jared Verse, and go get Tyler Boyd or Hunter Renfrow in training camp. Or wait for a training camp wide receiver cut. Somebody's getting cut in training camp this year that you don't expect. Somebody's going to be a cap casualty that you still don't expect. We just got Stephon Diggs traded for a essentially second or mid-third round pick 21 days before the draft. You don't see defensive ends getting traded today.
It does feel like the Chicago media, though, has already begun to project their feelings about Caleb Williams. And, you know, the hatred due to Fields, like, you hear this whole he better perform or else narrative.
We're going to add more pieces, but Caleb Williams is supposed to throw for 4,000 yards also. Yet, if he doesn't, he's a failure. So rather than giving him excuses as a rookie, we're going to be lambasting him or crucifying a rookie 23-year-old, 22-year-old for not having an outstanding performance as a rookie quarterback, right? 4,000 yards from a rookie is unrealistic, but if he doesn't do it by year 2 or year 3, I would understand the criticism. Yes, you'd like him to perform really, really well, but at the end of the day, he is a rookie. A lot of the pressure on Caleb Williams is a projection of pressure that you used to have for Justin Fields, right? So when you look at what you expected out of Justin Fields, in year 4 out of a quarterback, you expect him to make significant strides, significant leaps, and get better and better and better. Whereas now you have a rookie quarterback, but you expect those projections and those leaps to be applied to the new guy because you expect them to be better at the position, right? Which, at the end of the day, is not fair. This isn't Madden, right? I don't even think Caleb Williams needs to be the best rookie quarterback in this draft class to still meet, in my mind, his expectations.
If you're going to ride out with Matt Eberflus for one more year after this, fine, I guess. Every single week, moving forward, if the Bears are not huge underdogs, I don't see a world where every week I can't imagine how they beat a team. I very much could see how the Bears win this game. Is it likely? Probably not, because I'm going to default to the coaching staff failing, the defense failing.
By whoever that's coordinator, that would be me.
I know Jim Harbaugh is the name that gets brought up a lot. That's a popular one. But
I'm going to tell you right now definitively. I'm going to tell you definitively, and I don't even need to hear anymore. We're definitely better off with Jim Harbaugh than Matt Eberflus.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Oh, definitely. So that is an upgrade in itself for sure. We haven't heard anything about Matt Eberflus' future yet, and although we don't know exactly what's going to happen, and it could surprise us all, there is a good chance that Eberflus will be here. What does he bring to the table that's exceptional that another coach couldn't bring?
I think it's a great question to ask, and I will try and answer it. But I think that's a question that not enough people are asking themselves. What has his role been in this defense playing better? And it's really hard to sit here and pinpoint like the specific thing or things that Eberflus does really, really well as a head coach.
I'm saying who's got the worst coaching staff in the NFC North? Just to make people realize, oh, Diane, I love it. You're shaking your head. No, it's us. It's us.
Yeah, oh, no, I heard a great comment yesterday. The Bears have probably the 6th best head coach in the NFC North. Because Brian Flores, Ben Johnson are also in this division.
We had some back and forth right after the game on Twitter. And, right away I told you, blame the head coach. But he's the head coach, and it is 3 years in. Like, it's time for this to fall on the top domino here. Best player on the Bears. Caleb. Right now, I know what we have in the quarterback. It's something that we haven't had, and I know we're ruining it. I know we've already spent a year ruining it, and I can't do that anymore.
The Bears. I've said it multiple times. We're going to fight. We're going to fight until the clock says 0. And from there, we'll give it our best shot.
My team and I just lost a national championship, and I didn't get the chance to play. Like fire ignited in me. That night, I decided to play quarterback.
Today's LFG player of the game.
And not only be playing quarterback, but to be the best quarterback.
Man, I got to start with that last throw.
Just, you want to win. That's it. We know who we are. We know we're real. We know that, some of the issues we had today were just, may have been a drop here, may have been a drop there in certain moments, and it's those are frustrating moments. But it's something that those moments happen, and so you don't waver, you don't lose the confidence. You stay right where you are. You understand that those moments are gonna happen. You keep trying to lead your guys, and then from there, when it hits, you just keep harping on that. Here we go.
Got a little rolled ankle, and so I got to nurse that, but. Got a lot more to show. Definitely be better for the team.
Go win a bunch of games, and then long-term goal, just win in life overall, just be successful. That's really my only long-term goal. Go be successful in the pros. Go and try to be the best that you can in the pros.
With the first pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Caleb Williams.
I hold grudges. I hold all of that. And so when I see you, I'll remember it. And so when we get on the field and things like that, you'll hear from me. I'm not one to sit back and allow you to tarnish what I've earned and worked for, and how I live my everyday life, which is with respect caring and love and taking care of people and working hard.
You know, reflecting on the season and then looking, there's a time where you have to pair everything together. Look at your roster at the end of the year. You look at free agency, you look at the draft, just to get a snapshot of everything and what the path looks like. And as we were kind of going through it, we knew on film that the talent that Caleb had was undeniable, and it's one of those things where it pops off the tape for you. So at that point, once we knew the tape was there, it really came down to knowing the person to make sure he was a good fit for everything. So once all that came together, we knew that was going to be the direction we were going to go in.
He was asked to do the play calls or anything of that nature. And so now we're asking him to be a little bit more structured in terms of the play calls. Sometimes there's multiple calls. You know, there's shifts, there's motions. There's a lot more going on mentally than probably there's ever been for him. And so at some point, this thing starts slowing down, and he's going to be able to catch up, and his physical ability will take over from there. It takes time to build that trust. It's really easy to lose that trust.
I take pride in trying to retain it all, every single detail that we have.
It's dependability, it's consistency, it's production on a day in and day out basis.
Retaining all that information, all of it makes sense to me, and being able to go out there and execute.